Sound of deep rumble, low vibrating hum like the earth itself is holding its breath. Imagine this. The world suddenly stops. No warning, no countdown. In a single second, the Earth's rotation freezes. For 1 minute, our planet stands still. At first, it sounds impossible. The Earth has been spinning for 4.5 billion years. Every 24 hours, it completes one full rotation. At the equator, that means everything on the surface is moving at over 1,600 kilometers per hour. Every ocean, every city, every living thing. Now imagine all of that momentum, stopping instantly. The ground beneath your feet, motionless. But you are still moving. Everything not anchored to bedrock, trees, buildings, cars, oceans, would continue to move at full speed. The moment Earth stopped spinning, the atmosphere wouldn't stop with it. Winds would roar at over 1,000 miles per hour, faster than any hurricane in history. Entire cities would be flattened in seconds. Mountains would peel apart. Continents would be torn by storms of unimaginable power. Across the globe, everything on the surface would be thrown eastward. People, oceans, even the air itself, all continuing the motion the planet lost. The first few seconds would be chaos beyond comprehension. Cars would launch off roads. Airplanes in flight would tumble through the sky. Skyscrapers would snap apart under the pressure of their own inertia. Oceans would rise up into walls of water, massive tsunamis crashing across continents, drowning everything in their path. Coastlines would vanish. Islands would disappear. The day would no longer exist as we know it. The side of Earth facing the sun would be locked in blinding, burning daylight. The other half, trapped in endless darkness. Temperatures would spike and plummet, creating violent storms between the two halves, a permanent wall of destruction circling the planet. But let's step back for a second. Why does the Earth spin in the first place? Billions of years ago, when the solar system was forming, clouds of gas and dust collapsed under gravity. As they pulled together, they began to spin, the same way a figure skater spins faster when pulling in their arms. That spin created the rotation of every planet we know today. It's what gives us day and night, weather patterns, ocean currents, and seasons. So if that rotation stopped, even for a minute, we would be tearing apart the very rhythm of our planet. At 10 seconds in, the world would already be in ruins. Mountains would shake as the crust tried to hold its position. Volcanoes would awaken, unable to contain the pressure beneath them. The magnetic field, powered by the spinning core, would begin to fluctuate. Satellites would lose orientation. Global communication would fail. As the air ripped across the surface, it would heat up, turning into firestorms. Forests would ignite. Cities would burn. Dust and debris would blot out the sun. And in the oceans, chaos would multiply. Every wave, every tide, all driven by the rotation of the Earth, would go wild. The water wouldn't just move, it would fly. But something even stranger would happen. The very shape of the planet would begin to change. Right now, the Earth isn't a perfect sphere. Because of its spin, it bulges slightly at the equator, about 21 kilometers wider than it is from pole to pole. If it stopped spinning, that bulge would begin to flatten. The oceans that surround the equator would slowly begin to flow toward the poles. Within seconds, coastal lands would drown, and for that one terrible minute, human civilization would cease to exist. Low pause. Sound fades into deep silence. But what happens next, when the minute ends and the Earth begins to spin again? To be continued in part 2. If this video gave you even a little value or made you see the world differently, please like the video and subscribe. It really helps us create more stories like this.